Hello, class. This is just a quick walkthrough of Canvas and some related stuff. Uh, Main website. Most of this you should be familiar with. Now, first and foremost, I'm just going to point out a couple of quick things here. Probably most of this you should know already, but most of student information would be here under Students. My NWCC, where you can see your schedule, and when the time comes, add schedules. Uh, You'll get a site that looks a little bit like this. And you can, of course, see the course schedule for summer, fall, spring, whatever semester it happens to be. You can even search for particular things. So, for example, this has a list of summer classes. I can specify particular departments. I can specify particular classes, or even online, summer, day, night, uh, particular instructors, even particular days if I need to. And this will give you a list of pretty much all the classes that are going on. Now, basically what this is, just down a little bit, there we go. You can add and drop your classes when it comes time for registration. So it's pretty useful. It also shows you during late registration when you adding and dropping classes, how many people are in a class, whether you can drop, you can add, you can, you know, do whatever it is you want to do. It'll show you the number of folks in a particular class, how many openings there still are. Uh, Pretty much, it's particularly useful. It shows you a lot of information about any of the classes you could possibly want. This is good when you're making your schedule, when you're adjusting your schedule, and if you want to drop, add classes, that sort of thing. So, doot. There is also your webmail, which is where you're going to get your email. Canvas, which we'll go to in just a second. Class schedules is actually where I was in my NWCC. It's just another shortcut for it. And everyone has their degree plan, which you can also see under my NWCC. It shows you, if you go to degree plan, it shows you exactly what classes you need to take. Now, some degree plans are a little bit wonky in that they don't show it perfectly depending on the major. For example, my major, computer science, computer information systems, the way it lists some things, it actually doesn't list. Most people have to take like a programming 1 and a programming 2, but it only shows programming 1 on one of the degree plans. If you're MIS, for example, there's an elective at the bottom, and that will almost always be programming 2. And if you're going to Ole Miss or or Memphis, you would probably want to take Visual Basic or another programming class as well on top of that, because it transfers as an elective. There's always little bitty things that really it helps to talk to your advisor because they know vastly more than just you know clicking what you see on the little degree plan. It'll give you most of the classes for almost all the majors. But there are some little things, little picky things, depending on where you're going, what you want to do, that sort of thing, that really it helps to talk to somebody about it. Academic calendar is particularly useful because you get to see what all the holidays are. If you're physically on campus, then this can be pretty nice because it shows you when Thanksgiving holidays are, final examinations, Christmas, spring break, that sort of thing. If you're online, there's no such thing as holidays. Pretty much, uh, if even if it's spring break, for example, you're still going to have classes online. The physical campus will be closed, but online classes will still be going. That's just pretty much how it works. Now, you can also check your required course books. Uh, let's say any class, it'll usually even show you how much it costs uh, at the bookstore. You might be able to find it cheaper if you look on Amazon or somewhere else. It depends on what you're doing. Uh, Most courses do require the book. There are probably a couple who, it's more of a recommendation. Uh, so it depends on the course. Talk to your teacher. They'll let you know what you need or what you don't need. The HDrive you can access through the website, but honestly, it is somewhat wonky. Uh, I don't think it has my current password in there, but it'll give you a web interface to access all your files and stuff. But if you just want to open and look and stuff, that's fine. But like if you're trying to open Java programs or something, the H drive's not the best place to put it. Either is your it used to be called SkyDrive. I think it's Microsoft's current online system, or even Google Docs, for example. Any of our files you'll probably want to save on your physical computer on a flash drive. And of course, there's more information here as well. Free software for students, just a note. Microsoft Office is free as long as you're a student or a teacher. Uh, you just click the link and you can download and install it on a couple of different computers. You won't really need it for Java programming, but for any other class, like if you need to write a paper or something, it's free. There is also Open Office if you just don't want to bother with that. It's free anytime, whether you're a student or not. And there's a couple other little interesting links here about various other things too. Now, that's pretty much most of the main website stuff. Of course, there are a couple of other little details if you're interested in events and if you want to look at the actual degrees and degree plans for everything. The best thing, honestly, if you're thinking about changing majors, is just to talk to an advisor. Instead of just, you could look it up online too. What jobs go with this major? That's always a good thing to check. This is my degree. What jobs can I get? Computer science and information systems, it varies hugely. I mean, you could do anything from database design to programming, which is what this class is about. But you don't necessarily have to do that. There's networking, there's IT, there's where you're dealing with physical computers, and a lot of that goes with certifications and other things. They have certifications for everything. Some people care about, others they don't. If you're doing networking, you need certifications to basically get those jobs, which means probably taking some courses, let's say with Cisco, if you wanted to get certified with them. They have online courses you can take. And of course, there are several other groups. Microsoft has all kinds of certifications. It just depends. Certifications are always a nice extra you can add to your resume, particularly if you don't have a lot of experience going for the job you're looking for. It's one of the big issues when people graduate. They don't have a lot of experience. Uh, you get into this endless loop of, well, we would hire you, but you have no experience, but you can't get experience unless you get hired. Uh, so it's this endless loop until you get a lucky break somewhere or an internship, which, by the way, great thing to do. Try to get an internship like the last year or two of college. Uh, Anything you can get that is relevant to what you're trying to do. Now, on to the big thing, which is Canvas. If you go here and you click Canvas, it'll take you to a page where you generally will log in, and you'll probably get a screen that looks like this dashboard. And it'll list all of your courses and everything you are taking currently. Uh, I'll bring open my older course here. And our course would be Computer Programming 1. Ta-da! There you go. A little bit of main information here on the main page. Most of what we're going to be doing will be over here under modules. The syllabus is posted. I've covered that already. The modules is where you're going to find all the assignments, all the things we're going to be doing. I'm still uh, readjusting this. Hopefully it'll be readjusted by the time class starts. But everything should be kind of labeled in weeks, as you see here. Week 1, week 2, week 3, once I get everything adjusted. I did have everything done by topic before, but now it's done by week since I have lecture videos. Now, what you're gonna see is you'll see, definitions. I'll have those posted near the top generally, and I'll have a little extra cheat sheet at some point in time when the class starts. There is no ebook for this class as of time of this video anyway. Scroll on down. Every week you'll have either assignments or lecture videos or something to watch. If you're physically in class, then, well, you'll have physical lectures. But there'll also be some video lectures that covers similar topics. It might not be exactly the same. Now, uh, modules are where your assignments and things are going to be, and we'll talk about turning those in at a later date. Uh, grades are where you're going to see your grades. So any assignment you turn in will get graded, and you'll see those grades there. So during the entire course of the semester, you'll never have to ask what your current grade is. You just hit grades. That's what your grade is. Everything gets graded, turned in. I'll post the solution to any programs or anything you guys have turned in, and you'll be able to just, hopefully redo it if you run into any problems. Now, let's see. For everything that you'll need to know for this course are mostly going to be modules and grades. That's where the two major things you're going to be using are going to be. If you need to message me, inbox is how you would do that. And you just make a new message, uh, bam, and this has become really, really wonky, like the last several months. I don't know if it's the same for everybody, but for me, I have to sit here and basically wait 10 or 20 seconds before it'll let me select a course and go. Uh, and once you do it, you can select your course. You can select teacher, and that would be me. And you can write whatever subject. You can attach things if you want me to look at your code, that sort of thing. This is probably the best way to contact me if you have any questions, any problems. I also do have a phone number. I'm also going to be in my office. Uh, Generally, for if it's a summer class, which is the current timing that I'm recording this video, every Wednesday is what I plan to be there, 12 to like 2. Just in case anyone has questions, problems, they can come physically find me, ask those questions. I have a Google number and an office number for you. The office number right here. You can call my office, but again, I'll be there Wednesdays. Uh, and all you got to do is just call that number. You can leave a message. But honestly, the easiest way is just either email or through Canvas, because I can respond to you pretty much instantly if you use either of those. Now, I think that's roughly it. Let me just click the student view of this just to show you what it looks like. Uh, it won't look too dissimilar, except I can't edit things. I've got a lot of stuff turned off that I haven't turned back on yet. But as you can see, if there's a video lecture, you can click on that, you can watch it, and then you can comment if you have questions or anything below that. Uh, if there's a programming assignment, usually I'll have an intro video for that, explaining what the assignment is and what you have to do. You can leave messages there if you have any questions. Now, keep in mind, do not post any code in those. So if I post a video and there's a little intro, here's how you do this programming assignment. I don't want you to copy and paste the code that hey, what do I do here? Because then everybody can see it. The posts are for everyone. So if you need to send me code to look at or anything like that, send it in a actual inbox message. That way only I get to see it. Now, programming assignments, you'll turn those in, and we'll go over that. Actually, I think it's next week, how to turn those in. But we're going to be using NetBeans, and it has several folders that it creates. And what you'll have to do is you'll have to zip it up and submit that file. And we'll go over how to do that at a later time, in a later video, rather. But this is basically just your quick rundown of Canvas. Uh, Hopefully, most of you already knew all this. Uh, if you haven't, well, hopefully you picked up one or two things. And of course, if you have questions, again, inbox or email are the easiest way to do that. Or you can just leave a message at the bottom of the videos. And that's it.